All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about re-entering the world of network marketing. Yes, I'm going to share with you some of the feedback I've had so far. Hasn't been so pretty, but I'm also going to talk about some of the strategies I'm using to rebuild after being out of the industry for about 5 years now. Let's get started. Okay, so I decided, you know what? I want to come back into network marketing and I want to start building with this company that I see a lot of potential with. Don't worry, this is not a video to pitch you or anything like that, but I haven't put out a video in a long time, especially about network marketing. So let's do a full circle moment because I don't feel like I need to explain to you why, but I do need to be completely transparent with my audience because I feel like you deserve that. So let me take you back. I decided back in 2020 that I really wanted to just stay focused on the courses that I was selling, the coaching programs, the services that I offered, because I truly was having a lot of fun just nerding and geeking out and making my own money and not depending on a network marketing business. What was so beautiful about that was, yes, I was with a network marketing company, but I decided to hold off on building it. And let me actually share with you why. So we rewind back to the world of how I was introduced to network marketing. It was by my girlfriend, who's my wife now. And I just remember falling in love with the idea of having freedom, making your own money, being able to travel, making a buttload of money than I actually would as a social worker, and having way more time to do stuff that I enjoyed doing. So when I got that first paycheck, I was like, are you shitting me? Like, I made this amount of money? And it was only a couple $100, but at the time I was making $500 a week working 50, 60 hours. And so I was like, I referred like 2 or 3 people to buy this product. And this is what I made. It was awesome. So, I mean, I went all in for that company for like 5 years. And then some shit went down where I was like, I didn't like how they were handling a couple things that I wanted to do. And it wasn't like, oh, let Trey do it. But I was like, I should be able to make money doing this thing. And I was selling a course on how to make videos on YouTube. And they said like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, well, I don't like people telling me how I can and cannot make money. You know, like I'm not joining another MLM company. I'm literally trying to sell a course on how I make videos because a lot of people are asking for it, right? So anyways, there was some beef. I decided, you know what, deuces, I'm out. I'm taking my shit and I'm going to go build elsewhere. So I took my toys and I went to a different sandcastle. So then I went to this other MLM company and it had to do with wine. And I was like, duplication, really easy to drink wine, right? And so I was like, well, it's a new opportunity. I'll build here. What I learned from that company was like, if you truly want to make a lot of money in that company, because it was like, you can either sell a product and make like $10, or you can recruit a business builder, someone who wants to make money with you, and you'll make $125, $250. So it's like, which one do you think I went with? So what I found was you really shouldn't do that. That's not a good idea when companies are like solely paying out via recruitment. And it's no wonder why that company actually went under. So anyways, when that went under, there was a lot of shit going down. You got to build somewhere else. Like I got to build another company. But I really didn't find that I enjoyed that at all. Bringing people on, and I just lost the tastes for the whole industry, really. Like I don't know if I grew sour because of my experience with it, with some of the drama that went down. And I was selling this other course and I was coaching people and I was having so much fun. And I was like, I think I'd rather do this. I just stopped recruiting. I don't feel right bringing people on knowing that I don't think they're going to be able to win. And I just didn't feel right with that. So I just stopped doing it. I just focused on selling my own course. And then I had this idea is like, what if I could show people how to sell their own course? And I loved that too. Like that was fun as well. But my wife, I can tell that she's like itching to do something for herself. She tried selling t-shirts, merchandise. You create your own stuff and sell it on like Etsy or whatever. She did that and had a couple like really good prints that did well. But like you could tell there wasn't fulfillment behind it, right? And so anyways, one day she's like, hey, I'm thinking I'm going to join a network marketing company. And I like damn near choked on what my drink. And I was like, there's no way I'm joining a company. Good luck. You do you, girl. I'm gonna focus on my business, right? And that was kind of it. I built her like a funnel and I was like, here you go. All right. Like I'll do that for you. And it wasn't until about 9 months after, which is about 3 months ago, her and I were sitting on the front porch and I'm like, so like tell me a little bit about the company. Like how's everything going? And she was building a team. Like she was building a team. She had customers and she was winning like incentives and prizes, all this cool stuff. And I was like, good for you, babe. Like that's really amazing. Like good for you. And I said, you know, how many customers do you have? And she told me, I'm like, you don't have that many customers. And she's like, no, I have that many customers. I'm like, how long have they been buying from you? She's like, ever since I started. I'm like, you have that many customers that have been buying from you every single month. You literally have recurring revenue, monthly recurring revenue that you have built up over the last 9 months. And that's what I've been preaching for people, is to make money online. And one of those be a continuity, monthly recurring revenue. I mean, how awesome would it be to wake up every month knowing if I have a product that costs $100 a month and I have 100 people on them, I'm making $10,000 every month. My bills are paid for. I'm good. There's a lot of security and freedom in that, right? And so I was like, you have that in this company. There's no like new trendy peptide thing coming out. This isn't a ground for opportunity. She's like, no, it's been around for like almost as long as we've been alive. And just some light bulbs were going off in my head. So I watched. I started getting a little bit more invested, listening to their team calls. A couple of the leaders hired me to do some funnel work for them. Finally, we were back on the porch again. I'm like, all right, I think I want to build this with you. You got something good here. It's like, I like what I'm seeing. I like what the company stands for. We're buying the products every single month and actually using them. We got customers who are doing the same thing. It's compounding residual recurring revenue. This is kind of awesome. Like, I think I'm going to tap into this with you. Like, let's build this thing, right? And so I told her, I was like, look, I'm going to do this in stages. I'm not going to do it the old school way here. I'm not going to make a list of all my family and friends and print off my Facebook friends list and go A to Z, ask them if they keep their options open when it comes to making money. I've done that before. I don't want to do that crap. And she's like, do it however you want to do it. Like, okay. So I said, here are my 3 stages. You know, if you've ever considered getting back into the industry, like, this is what I'm doing right now. I've done this, and I'll give you the results of what has happened because of it. So the first stage was, I'm not going to do the whole, like, print off the whole Facebook friends list and just go right down A through Z. However, there are probably a good dozen marketing buddies of mine that I've done projects with that, you know, are content creators. They show up, they're hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, not only would I like to do business with them, but I'd like to do life with them as well. You know, like I'd vacation with them. I'd go to their house and have a barbecue with them. Like, these are my peoples, right? That are my internet nerds from the internet world, the WW. So I was like, I'm going to reach out to those guys first. I'm going to talk to them about this. So I did. And here's what happened. I literally said, hey man, I'm doing this thing right here and I see a lot of potential in it. I'd love to partner with you on it. And you can check it out if you're interested. And if you're not, I still love you. All right? Hey, sweet. All right? And so they asked, what is it? And I just show them a quick video. This is what it is. Explains everything. Let me know. And here's what happened. Number one, some people are like, yeah, let's do this, man. That sounds awesome. Yeah, this is a new project you're doing. I'll mess with that. Cool, let's get started. Let's partner up. Like, right, here's links to get started. Let's get going, all right? And there's a couple right there. Other people flat out said, no, I'm good. No, I don't want to do that. Some people said, let me think about it. You go ahead. They've been thinking about it for the last month. I wonder what they're doing just at home in a corner going, what about this? Oh, I gotta think over here. Oh, I gotta think about it over here. Let me think over here. Just straight up thinking. So I have been rejected, all right? And then there was another person who straight up laughed and said, I can't believe you're getting back into network marketing. No, I don't want to do that. I was like, all right, cool, man. Sounds good. And so those are the 3 responses. And that's how direct I really was. I was like, look, I'm doing this thing. I see a lot of potential. It's looking awesome. I thought about you first, and I want to partner with you on it. And if you don't want to do it, cool. If you do, awesome. I'm a big believer in just being direct. Like, don't bullshit people. Just be very direct. I don't have to fluff their pillows and ask them what they like to do for fun and are they open to making money. Like, I'm just, hey, I'm doing this thing. You want to do it too? No, cool, bye. See, I think people appreciate that. And so, yeah, I've had some people sign up that way, and I've had people say no, and I've had a person laugh at me, right? Then I was like, you know what? After I kind of get my core people in that I'm like, I want to do business with, right? Then I'm going to start openly talking about it on social media. Now, what I'm not going to do is what everybody does. Oh, it's like kind of exhausting. It's kind of nauseating even. Of like, oh my gosh, I'm coming out of retirement, or like I just couldn't say no, or ground for opportunity, or like all that shit. It's like, dude, stop, man. Stop. I just said, very direct. I've been thinking about doing this thing for a long time, and I'm actually going to go all in. Here's the things I'm not going to do. Here's the things I couldn't stand about the industry. Here's the things that I love about the industry. Wish me luck. It wasn't like a join me now, 2 spots left. None of that. Get on my strong leg. You're missing out. The rocket ship is lifting. Rocket emojis. You know, I didn't do that. I just basically said, like, this is the thing I'm doing. And for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I've just been kind of sharing a little bit of behind the scenes. Like, not every post that I'm talking about is about it, but I am talking about it more so that people know that I am doing this thing and I am building it. Now, what is that doing? That is causing people to be curious. Well, what is this thing that you're doing? Hey, Trey, I saw your post. Give me some information. So I'm having people literally coming to me saying, tell me more about what you're doing, right? And that's the purpose of it. I did build a pretty good brand and audience on Facebook. Instagram, a little little shady. TikTok just straight up, I mean, I'm political on there, so like you can know what my views are all day. There's probably an American flag around here if you want to know where I stand. But yeah, so the platform that I chose to kind of be open about it was Facebook. And so I have had people come on there and talk about it. And I love YouTube. Like, I gotta tell you, I think YouTube is the best platform to be on, without a doubt. But I just chose Facebook. I was like, I'm just gonna start talking about it a little bit behind the scenes of what I'm going through. I even shared, like, hey, it's day 11. I had my first person laugh at me because I said I was in a network marketing thing. Like, love being back in the industry. So, it was something like that. And so that got people reaching out, being like, what is it you're doing? And so, yeah, I do have people coming to me. And that's the whole point, is I don't want to do the prospecting. I enjoy the marketing side of things, which brings me to the last phase. And this is like the fun phase for me, which I'm just now starting to get into. And I want to break this down because, like, when you see this, like, this is the secret sauce. This is it. Okay, this is the thing that's gonna make you go from 0 to 100 in the fastest, smartest way possible. Okay, and it's a 3-step thing. Kind of like this was 3 steps. So first stage, like I said, was I'm gonna talk to my core people. Secondly, I'm gonna start talking a little bit on social people. Third, I'm gonna start flexing my marketing wings, and I'm gonna show people how this shit is done. Right? Here we go. 3 steps to this. Number 1, first step is what I call attract. Oh my gosh, attract! Write that down. He said attract. Right? What do I mean by that? Like I mentioned, I don't like the idea of prospecting. I've done that. It takes so much time. It's slow. It relies on me to have to do it every single day. And I personally enjoy, if it's going to rely on me, to create content. Why would I create content? I want to create content to attract my ideal target audience to me. I want to educate them. I want to make them laugh. I want to give them value. I want to show the ups and downs. I want to show behind the scenes, like all that stuff. And I want to do it in a way where they're like, I kind of like that guy. I'm going to follow him, right? It's the same thing. Like, there's this guy on TikTok that I follow. When he gets home from work, he cooks a meal for his family. And I follow that dude because they're delicious meals, but I also like the style of it, right? So follow because why? I'm a guy who likes to cook for my family, and I want to have awesome meals. And if that dude ever came out with a cookbook, your boy here would be buying it, right? Talk about attract and convert, eh? So anyways, that's the whole game. And that's honestly the biggest piece that most network marketers, or everybody who wants to make money online, is missing, because they're scared of a damn plastic camera. They're scared of what people might think. They think I don't have anything to talk about. Look, I turned on the camera and said, record, let's go. Okay? That's the thing. It is being able to do that. Why? It's because I'm building a brand around me. I'm building a brand around Trey, not the company, not the products, me, right? That's why when I posted on Facebook, I'm doing this thing, I had a lot of people coming to me because I built a brand around me. And it's not like, oh, Trey's the coolest, but because I built a brand around me and I gave value and I educated and I entertained, and I did all that for literally a decade, and I poured out to people, just like Gary Vee says in Jab, Jab, Right Hook, you jab, 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 you give, and then when you go for the right hook, then or the opportunity, you want people to buy shit, you'll have a flood of people coming to you, right? That's the whole premise of it. So that's attract. Putting out content every day that that gets in front of people, they discover who this hairy fool is, and they decide if I'm for them or not. Another option is running ads, where you're really spending money rather than your time creating. You're spending money to get your message out there and pull those people towards you as well. Simple, simple, simple. Attract. Now, if likes and comments and followers paid the bills, that'd be great, but it doesn't. I need a way to segment who is just a follower or a liker, and who is someone who's like, I want to know more about what it is you're doing to make money online. I want to know more about what these products are that you're using. So how do I do that? This is the second stage. So the first stage was attract. Second stage is capture. So how do I capture these people? Well, pretty simple. If people are genuine, they find me, my content on, let's say, TikTok. What do we all have on old TikTok? A bio. Same thing on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook. Same thing on the old YouTube. There's a place for people to click who want to take that next step. That will bring them to a little page, which is one of the steps of a funnel. And so on there, it's like, hey, put in your name and information. If you want to learn more about how we're making money, building freedom, and not doing all this old school MLM bullshit, this is for you if you're this type of person, or this person. Put your name and email here, and on the next page, you'll learn a little bit more, okay? What am I doing on that page? For people who want to make money, people who want to build freedom, people who don't want to do the old school MLM bullshit. All those people are like, you got my attention, what are you saying? Then I'm saying, this is for you if. This is not for you if. Segmenting who I want to work with, who I don't want to work with. And if they are a right fit, they're like, hey, that's me. What are they going to do? They're going to put in their name, and they're going to put their email, because they want to see what's on that next page. Boom, I have now captured a lead. There we go. I'm building a list of good, qualified leads every single day from my content, right? Imagine if a video went viral. Shoo! shoot. So now that that's in place, now I've captured a lead. Now, have you ever heard the fact that not everyone buys right then and there? I think they even say 3% of people who see the information only buy right then and there. So you're telling me that if 100 people went through that funnel, only 3 would actually be like, I'm ready to get started right now? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why most network marketers fail, because they can't even get to 100 people, right? For me, I'm like, how can I get 100 people a day? So that's the point, is you need to have a way to capture these people so that you can follow up with those people. If only 3% are ready to buy right then and there, and the other 97% are just kind of like, not right now, do you think I want to be sliding into their DMs being like, hey, you saw the information, you ready to get started? Hey, you ready to get started now? Hey, I'm just following up from the follow-up that I followed up with. You ready to get started right now? That would be annoying. That would get me blocked, right? Which is why, again, a lot of network marketers are like, oh man, I followed up and I followed up and I followed up. They also say that it takes 7 to 10 different exposures until someone finally says yes. So what do we mean by exposures? What do I need to do? Well, your prospects need to see you educating them. They need to see other testimonials of people who are killing it or having some kind of level of success as well. So they need the testimonials, the success stories they need to see. They need to see a little bit more about you, behind the scenes maybe, kind of like what I'm doing right now. What it's like, you know, what you're like, what you stand for, what you don't stand for, your values, your beliefs, all those things. A lot of people know that I'm into homesteading. I have a chicken coop. I'm a family guy. I have kids. All these things, right? That's behind the scenes so that they feel like they know, like, and trust me now. And so those are some very simple things that you can have in your follow-up, because now that you have their name and email, or specifically their email, you can put on a nurture campaign to follow up with them. And I don't just mean like blast them with buy. That's called spam. What I would do instead is share educate them what it's like to join this company, or what your systems are all about. What are the things that you don't like doing, and here's what your team does instead. Some social proof, like I said, testimonials, a little bit behind the scenes. What is it like? Who are you, right? Those things, when you share those things, those are called exposure. So they're getting them automated every day, every other day, an email from you that's warming them up, taking them from, oh, I just found this dude, to being like, I want to make money with that dude. I want to buy whatever product he has, right? A lot of automations right there in place. So that last one, there was attract, capture, and the last one is convert. When you have these systems in place, sure, some people are going to be watching you. I had a dude watch me for a year until he was like, look, dude, I'm ready to get started right now. Had a whole system in place doing that for you, right? Or doing that. There are people who unsubscribe. They weren't going to do business with you anyways, right? All good. But then there are those people that you've been nurturing, you've been following up with using email automation, that eventually come back and say, I want to work with you. I want to buy that product from you, right? And when that happens, you wake up every day or every other day to new applications coming into your phone being like, new applicant applied to work with you. Someone just bought your product, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I've built out, okay? And so that's the fancy part. Like, that's the fun part of all this, because rather than doing all the prospecting, I can do the marketing, right? That's why they call it network marketing. So I think it's more fun spending my time creating the content, because we were made to create. Thank you, Lord. Right? We were made to create that content, have automated systems that are working for you in the back end. I've been preaching this shit for years. I have it in place. This last week, looking at our numbers right now, I recruited 6 people last week from the funnel. They went through the exact funnel. So anyways, I'm excited to be back. I know this video is a little bit longer. I do want to start creating more content around behind the scenes stuff, educating on what's working, what's not working, just the experience of being back in and sharing that journey with you guys. Look, I'm starting from zero, like we all do. And so this is a really cool opportunity for me to look at it being like, hey, this sucks, which yeah, it does, but it's an opportunity to flex some of the things that I've been preaching and talking about and trained and coached and been hired to help other people do, and be like, now I'm doing it. Here we go. Watch it. There we go. So anyways, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. This is it's a fun thing. It's an opportunity, and I'm just really excited to be here. So I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.